All right, y'all. Our evening continues. Next up, I am excited to bring to the stage TravL. Founder David Schwall, come on up, and thanks to lead mentor Cliff Caudill and the team from SCORE. Let's give them a hand.
Hello, hello. All right. Have you ever chaperoned a field trip for a bunch of kids? Give me a what if you have. All right. So you know what I'm talking about. Well, I have, and let me tell you, if something is going to happen, let me just tell you, anything can happen, including our bus got stuck on the way back from Nashville, and it got stuck in the mud, and so everybody we were going to be 2 hours late, and then the teachers had to call every student's parents. They had to call cell phones, they had to call home phones, they had to send emails to let them know we would get home at 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. Well, every year, 7 million students travel in groups domestically. They travel by bus, they travel by planes, and they travel far away. The schedules are always tight, and keeping 75 kids focused on where to go next isn't always easy. Paper schedules become outdated super fast, and too much time is spent trying to find somebody to get a message to them. And of course, parents back home are stressed because their child is hundreds of miles away from them for the very first time. And so when groups travel, they need a comprehensive digital tool to help manage the trip and make sure everyone knows where to be and when to be there, and have all the trip information right at their fingertips. So it made sense that there would be one, but I looked, and guess what? There was not one. I looked, so I built TravL. TravL is a mobile app built to manage student group travel while on the go. TravL connects teachers, chaperones, students, and parents together on the app, and provides the schedule, the roster, a messaging platform, and even photos right there in the palm of their hand. TravL is a fully functioning premium mobile app that you can find right now in the Google and Apple Play Store. So go ahead and download that tonight. Trip schedules can be updated during the trip in real time across all devices. Messaging is one-to-one or one-to-many or anything in between. And photos let parents back home know that their child is alive and having a great time without them. Initially, TravL is targeting the student youth travel market. Think field trips, think mission trips, band and performance trips, as well as sports teams. Organizations that would purchase my software would be schools, churches, organizations like Boys State, Girls State, and Governor's School. And I currently sell the software. I have two models. One is on a pay per use, where I charge only for the students, and I don't charge for chaperones or parents back home. And I also have an annual unlimited use subscription that is available for an entire year. And once this TravL's established, of course, I can move into the adult travel tour market. So initially, my marketing approach relies heavily on traditional person-to-person sales. Selling into a school system or a large organization takes time. It takes building relationships. And so that has been what I've been doing. This effort is supplemented with email and content marketing to catch people who are looking for that information at that time. I have not been clicking. I'm sorry. Why would I, right? Awesome team down here. Thank you. And okay. So many of the large tour operators have a proprietary app, but 90% of the student travel market is left trying to figure out the tools that will accomplish this. So they use Twitter, they use Facebook, they use Remind app and GroupMe, and all those don't accomplish what really needs to be accomplished. It's it really just they're focused mostly on messaging, and sometimes you can post photos. But ours is a better solution. So we have a fully functioning app in the App Store. with a great brand name and solid messaging. We had multiple test trips in 2022. Which allowed me to get feedback. Next week, I'm at a conference where 120 principals from 120 schools will be at the National Christian School Association using my app for getting exposure to my app, experiencing it so they know the conference schedule. And then I'm talking to a tour operator in Florida that moves 70,000 kids per year, and they want to use my app as part of their package. I bootstrapped this design and development so far, so it's been 100% paid for by me. We project 10,000 users this year. That translates to $40,000 in net income. But in year 2 or 3, we would add marketing and sales, and we would grow subscriptions and grow users, which would translate to 185,000 in net income and 725,000 year 3. That's our hope. And I'm done. Thank you.
Hey, good job, David.
Thank you.
I have a daughter has traveled previously and is about to go on an international trip, so I really appreciate the value prop. In the video you submitted, you said the school behind me has about 500 kids traveling with TravL.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
What was the school? What did you learn? How have you evolved your business or your product since that time?
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'm glad you asked. I wonder if it would come up. Actually, that was Concord Christian School here in town. It's a private school. Private schools can move a whole lot quicker than public schools. So that's a really easy target market. So I'm going to Colorado next year. They called me. They were very excited. The teacher that plans all 6 trips said, "Hey, we're going to do this, whatever." And then she came back next week, and it had been declined by the leadership because it wasn't in the budget. So one of the traps I fall into is the trips that are going off now were paid for 9 months ago, 6 months ago. So I'm really trying to get business today for 6 months from now. Good. Okay.
No.
Hi.
Hi.
Great job. So how do you handle privacy? Because these are people's kids and pictures of their kids and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. It was built with security in mind, and I'm a parent, and I got a lot of feedback from teachers. So that idea of security and privacy, especially when dealing with children, is super important to me. Knox County approved our app in about, in I think it was November, to be used. So they kind of went through the whole check and felt like we were really safe for a student to be, their information to be on there. If you're a chaperone, if you're their chaperone, you can see their information. If you're not their chaperone, you can't see their information. So we kind of, you can't communicate with a child unless you're their chaperone. And then we keep records of that as well, so that those records could be accessed if needed.
So you had some pretty impressive growth goals, aggressive growth goals. And I'm curious, as a one-person show, how do you scale? Because if your customer acquisition strategy is B2B sales to schools and app downloads on the app stores for individuals, how do you scale that as a single human being?
Yeah, it can't be done for long. I'm going after big fish right now. I've got some on the line that could really turn into things that would be meaningful, money that could fuel growth. So a lot of what I would do in getting those big deals would fuel growth. If not, then it's a whole different ballgame to make it happen. It'd be a longer slog, I guess, through to get to the top. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.